For billions of years, the Sun has ruled unchallenged, a perfect storm of plasma and light, shaping planets and commanding the solar system with its endless energy. But in 2025, NASA's Parker Solar Probe and the European Solar Orbiter detected something no one expected: the solar wind was bending. Streams of charged particles that should have flowed straight from the Sun were curving, as if shaped by an invisible force. The distortion wasn't random. It had symmetry, rhythm, and at its center was an interstellar object known as 3I, Atlas, a mysterious visitor from beyond our solar system. At first, astronomers thought it was just another comet like Oumuamua or Borisov, but this one was different. It didn't simply reflect sunlight, it modulated it, pulsing in perfect intervals, almost like a coded signal. When the James Webb Space Telescope turned its gaze toward it, the data defied every known law of physics. 3I, Atlas wasn't just illuminated by the Sun, it was interacting with it. The solar wind curved around it, and the Sun itself seemed to respond, pulsing in synchronization with this small, icy intruder. The Parker probe's instruments confirmed the impossible. The plasma streams were bending in smooth, symmetrical arcs around Atlas, as though obeying its presence. To shape plasma like that, the object would need a powerful electromagnetic field, something only planets or stars can generate. Yet this object was barely a few hundred meters across. It was as if a pebble had redirected the breath of a hurricane. Simulations showed that to bend the solar wind so precisely, 3I, Atlas would need an energy source equivalent to a small star. But the data revealed something even stranger. The object was absorbing solar radiation, not just reflecting it. Webb's infrared sensors recorded rhythmic pulses, each exact to the millisecond. Its light brightened and dimmed with mathematical precision, as though operating on an internal cycle. Scientists began calling it the solar algorithm. It behaved like a machine, taking in light, storing it, and releasing it with perfect timing. Some theorized it was feeding on the Sun's energy, converting photons into electromagnetic force to maintain an invisible magnetic shield. The solar wind didn't scatter around it chaotically, it flowed smoothly, as if redirected through invisible channels. When the Sun's energy increased, Atlas brightened. When the Sun dimmed, it pulsed back in perfect rhythm. That feedback loop changed everything. Light and plasma were communicating, not randomly, but as if two systems were speaking the same language. For the first time in history, the Sun's energy seemed to be responding to something external, something intelligent. And that led to the most chilling hypothesis of all. What if 3I, Atlas wasn't natural? What if it was built? The energy readings suggested the presence of an active electromagnetic defense system, capable of creating a magnetic bubble to deflect solar plasma. Only an artificial structure, possibly superconductive, could manage such control. It was the same principle behind human plasma propulsion theories, but magnified beyond comprehension. 3I, Atlas wasn't surviving the Sun, it was using it. Some physicists began connecting the dots. If this object could manipulate a star's energy, it wasn't just a relic, it could be the creation of a Type II civilization, one capable of controlling the full output of its star. Others speculated it might be a self-sustaining probe, a machine that learned to travel by surfing stellar winds, powered by the radiation of suns across the galaxy. As Atlas continued its path deeper into the solar system, its pulses grew fainter, but not weaker. The pattern remained flawless, as if it was maintaining a silent conversation with our star. Perhaps this was more than technology. Perhaps it was evolution itself, intelligence that had transcended biology and learned to exist as pure energy. If that's true, 3I, Atlas isn't a comet. It's a message, a glimpse of what awaits civilizations that learn to merge with the forces that created them. Maybe it didn't come to warn us or harm us, but to remind us that the universe is alive in ways we can barely imagine. The solar wind once flowed freely through space, untouched by anything until now. For the first time, the sun has bent to another's will. And somewhere, across that glowing sea of plasma and light, an ancient intelligence might be whispering back, reminding us that the energy we worship, study, and depend on, is listening too.